What's up, everybody? I'm Taylor, and I started this YouTube channel to share my personal recovery journey. I share free resources, information, suggestions, tools. I share what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. And the main thing that has gotten me to where I am today is by changing the way I spoke to myself. Before recovery, my inner critic controlled me. It consumed me. I was big on ruminating, overanalyzing, obsessing, and before I started my healing journey and before I started meditation, it was like my emotions controlled me. And when I would feel sad or angry or rejected or unseen, unheard, or misunderstood, when I would have these specific emotions come up, I didn't know how to cope with the pain. And with being a very explosive, impulsive, reactive person my entire life, I couldn't just stop being impulsive. It happened gradually. And meditation really gave me the ability to gain more control over the reaction to my emotions. And, you know, in the beginning of my recovery, with all the different step work, inner work, research, reading books, like all of these things were great for me, right? But I couldn't understand why I couldn't pause when I would get angry or upset, or like I said, feeling unseen, unheard, or misunderstood. I was a very reactive individual, and everybody I grew up around was the same exact way. So that was what was modeled to me growing up. So as an adult, I take it into my own hands, and it's my responsibility to change this type of conditioning, to change these behaviors, to change my reactions. And the only way that I have been able to do that is by changing the way I speak to myself when I get angry. Today, when I'm angry, I can sit with it and I can keep my mouth shut, and I motivate myself, I encourage myself, I support myself, I calm myself down. And before recovery, I would always need someone else to calm me down because I didn't know how to self-soothe. And so it's taken a lot of inner work to get to where I am today. I didn't just go to a couple meetings or read a couple of books or listen to a couple of people share their experience, strength, and hope. I've had to take everything I've read, everything I've learned from people, from research, and from my own lived experience, and I've had to take those suggestions and put it into action, and by changing the way I speak to myself.